If hearing this song sends a wave of anxiety throughout your body, triggering flashbacks of crowded malls, shopping centers, or trying to find the perfect gift last minute, then this video is definitely for you. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I post videos about my travels around the world, even locally here in Australia, my love for food and fitness, and also just sharing some of my experiences that I learned along the journey of life. For example, cutting out alcohol, starting Muay Thai, and just some little things that I have learned that have benefited my life and made me into the person who I am today. Today we're talking about something that has completely changed the way that I and my family celebrate Christmas, and honestly the way that I enjoy life around the Christmas and holiday period. If you're tired of feeling stressed out, overwhelmed, and broke in the month of December, then definitely keep watching. I get it, Christmas can feel like a high pressure event. There's endless gift shopping, super busy and crowded in public spaces, and those last minute emergencies. I'll never forget this one time while I was managing at Hype, it's a shoe store here in Australia, and I was working the Christmas Eve shift and a lady came in looking for a pair of shoes for her daughter. And unfortunately, being a popular shoe and Christmas Eve, we had sold out of that stock and it wasn't in our store. Her response to us not having the shoe and the size that she wanted for her daughter the following day was that I had ruined her daughter's Christmas. I was just really taken aback by somebody who I had no idea who they were until they came into the store, wanting to blame their poor planning on somebody else and not take accountability for the situation. But it was moments like this that made me question why we put ourselves through such stress-inducing situations all for one day of the year. So about 3 years ago, my family and I decided that we weren't going to give each other presents for Christmas Day, and it's been an absolute game changer. So just to set the scene, my family consists of me and Lang, my mum, my sister, and her boyfriend, and that's what I would consider our close family. Every year coming up to December, we always generally have a lot going on, so we'll just message each other and say, hey, just checking that we're not doing presents again this year, and we are all very happily in agreement. For example, my sister just bought a house, which we are also going to go and spend time at over Christmas this year and help her with unpacking and things like that. So after just spending a lot of money, I'm sure she doesn't want to be wasting any of that extra dosh on Christmas presents. So instead, we focus more on spending quality time together, which is pretty much what we did before, but it's just a little less stressful, not having to worry about what gifts to buy, any last minute gifts, who I've forgotten about, what they wanted. We're all spread out across Australia, so Victoria, ACT, and Queensland. Every Christmas, we decide on a different state to go and spend Christmas there so we can spend some quality time together. Whether that's helping around the house, cooking meals together. We've actually got a new routine of playing a different board or card game every year as well, either with or without drinks, depending on how everyone's feeling. Going out to places that we've always wanted to explore together as a family, and really just hanging out and doing nothing. It's so much more relaxed and honestly a lot more memorable. Now, I know everyone cannot just completely ditch gift giving, especially if you have kids or a big extended family, but here's a couple of tips that can maybe help make the season a little less stressful for you and a bit more enjoyable. Number one is setting clear boundaries. I think it's important to agree as a family to set some limits, maybe that's spending or how many gifts you're actually giving. Same with even just the parents agreeing to not give each other gifts and just buying for the kids. But setting clear boundaries can save money and headaches. Number two is focus on experiences over things. Give gifts that can create memories, whether it's going to the zoo, going to the movies, or even a baking or cooking day at home. These are often more meaningful than the next greatest toy or gadget. Number three is start a new tradition. For example, my family and I are a bunch of nerds. So we love playing games, whether it's computer games, console games, board games, card games. So we find something that is either cheap or something that we already have, and we'll spend our time doing some sort of indoor activity or outdoor activity. There's nothing better than a little friendly competition around the table, but traditions like this become the moments that you look forward to every year. And for those of you who celebrate Christmas as a religious holiday, there are so many ways that you can embrace the spirit of the season without spending a fortune. For example, attending church services can be a beautiful way to reflect on the meaning of Christmas, singing carols, whether at home or at a community community event like Carols by Candlelight, which is quite popular here in Australia. Many churches organise charitable activities like food drives and meals for those in need. These traditions remind us of what Christmas is really about: love, generosity, and togetherness. If you're looking for even more inspiration, here are just a couple of items that I actually found out about through other countries around the world and how they celebrate Christmas, many of which focus more on connection rather than consumerism. Our first one is located in the Netherlands, called Sinterklaas. So in the Netherlands and Belgium, Christmas starts early with the celebration of Sinterklaas on December the 5th. It's a mix of thoughtful gestures and festive fun. Children leave their shoes out for Sinterklaas to fill with small gifts, sweets, or chocolate letters that represent the first letter of their name. Sinterklaas arrives in town on a steamboat and parades through the city on his white horse, welcomed by cheering children and local officials. This tradition focuses on creativity, community, and small meaningful gifts, leaving Christmas Day itself for quiet family time. The next one I came across is located in Iceland. It's called, and please forgive me for the pronunciation, Jólabókaflóð, which is roughly translated to the Christmas book flood. Icelanders have a beautifully simple tradition on Christmas Eve where friends and family exchange books as gifts and spend the night reading by the fire, accompanied by chocolate or hot cocoa. It's a cozy tradition that celebrates knowledge, relaxation, and quality time, so if you love books or just the idea of slowing down, this is the perfect way to enjoy the holidays without the chaos. Next one is Japan. Now this one is an interesting one because it's less about the gift giving and more about romance and enjoying the beautiful lights and, surprisingly, KFC. Thanks to the brilliant KFC marketing campaign in the 70s, fried chicken has become a Christmas dinner staple, and families often reserve their chicken from KFC months in advance. Unfortunately, I haven't spent my Christmas in Japan just yet, but I've heard that the Christmas lights and decorations in Japan for Christmas are second to none, and then miraculously they're all just packed up the day after. There's also seasonal markets that offer treats and goods around the theme of Christmas, and couples treat the holiday like Valentine's Day, exchanging gifts, going out for fancy dinners, or spending time together. Christmas in Japan shows us how holidays can be reimagined to fit the modern life, celebrating joy and togetherness in unique and creative ways. And the last one that I was inspired by is celebrated in the Philippines, Noche Buena, which means Christmas Eve. So in the Philippines, Christmas is all about family. Celebrations culminate on Christmas Eve with a tradition called Noche Buena, a grand midnight feast. At midnight, families gather to enjoy a festive meal. Popular dishes include lechon, which is crispy roasted pork belly, spaghetti, pancit, which is stir-fried noodles, macaroni salad, ham, fruit salad, and rice. The focus is less on presents and more on the reunion and connection, making it a heartwarming tradition. Inspired by the Spanish influence, Noche Buena is also celebrated in other countries like Spain and Peru. In Spain, families attend mass, marvel at nativity scenes, and enjoy the family dinner. And in Peru, it's common to set off fireworks, exchange gifts at midnight, and toast with champagne well into the early hours of the morning. So whether it's singing carols in the Netherlands, exchanging books in Iceland, or feasting with the family at midnight in the Philippines, these traditions remind us that the heart of Christmas is about connection, creativity, and joy, not just what's under the tree. So if Christmas has started feeling like a chore rather than a celebration, maybe it's time to try something new. Whether it's cutting back on gifts and focusing on shared experiences, embracing religious traditions, or taking inspiration from other cultures, you can make this season truly joyful and stress-free. Anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys. What is your favorite Christmas tradition? Have you recently given up the gift giving and swapped for something else that's a little bit more meaningful? Or what's one thing that you've done to make the holiday season a little less stressful for you and the family? Let me know in the comments below. But if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, or share it with someone who you think could use a little bit of holiday inspiration. Until next time, Merry Christmas and enjoy your holiday season. Bye!